It's a cinematic. Straight up to Ornn! Straight up to Ornn. That's the journey! That's Olaf! That was Olaf! Oh. Hold on. Can I have English? Okay, English is not an option, I guess. Okay, sure. That's the story. That's I was right! It was a voice teaser! That's the forgotten god, the statue from the story. Okay, I was right. I was so right. Olaf. That's the Earth sign! Hell yeah. That's the Earth sign. Okay. That's the new champion right there, I bet. That's your time. I love this. I love this. I love this. That's Leona? You. That's the new champion up there. Oh, it's Rek'Sai. Man. I'm fine with that. Okay, I was right. Benskian doesn't like the... Oh yeah. The other aspect. I love this. Was that Aurelian actually? They got the nose right. That's a new one for Dahlia. They always change her nose. Ah, that's a reference to Legend of Runeterra. Braided fur, and I loved it. For the glory and the fall. Come on, reveal something now. Olaf didn't do much there. So I believe this is teasing that I believe this was teasing. Okay, so this is a recap. I believe it was teasing that Ornn is gonna be a big part of the Void event. I believe that's what it was. It was probably that. There was no Victor, that was interesting though. But all of them, I cannot believe I was so right that all the stories were related to the event. Sorry, not even the event, the cinematic. I was right and people thought I was lying. I predicted it.
Hey folks, I'm Andre, Game Director of League of Legends, here to welcome you to Season 2022. On behalf of the entire dev team, thank you for tuning in from around the world to help us kick off the next year of League together. This year, we're focusing on the thing that keeps us coming back to League. Whether you play on PC, mobile, or are a diehard esports fan, we want to give you more ways to join in the competition across League's ecosystem.
PvE.
No matter if your focus is on climbing the ranked ladder, mastering your main, or cheering on your favorite team, there should be something for you to look forward to this season.
Star Guardian?
Now, today we'll hear from folks on League PC, Wild Rift, and esports. as we share some of our plans for the new year. We've got a lot in store, so let's jump right into it. I'm going to hand things over to the League team, who will share a sneak peek at some of the new champions, skins, and gameplay changes headed your way.
Champions.
Hey everybody, I'm Riot Brightmoon, here for the gameplay team on League of Legends. And I am thrilled to welcome you all to Season 2022. Let's get things started with a quick recap of the changes we made this preseason.
So why was Victor teased? I'm waiting for Victor.
Over the last few years, we've usually used preseason to make big changes to one of League's underlying systems, such as items, runes, or the Elemental Rift. With this preseason, we wanted to look at all of our systems and make smaller, targeted improvements across the board.
You do that every time.
So, we added some items, like a new tank mythic for supports who want to dive into the action,
Yeah, we know that.
and a new mage mythic for champs who need some help surviving burst damage. There are also new legendaries for tanks, mages, and assassins. You'll see some adjustments to keystone runes, including lethal tempo, which now grants ramping attack speed and increases your attack range. Glacial Augment fires multiple slow rays that also reduce enemy damage. And prototype Omnistone has retired.
Default, I guess.
Taking its place is a brand new keystone,
it's because
First
it's the first
Strike,
language.
which amplifies your damage
We
and
know
grants
all of
gold
these, we see
if you're the
these.
one to, well,
Is the
strike
volume
first.
fine like this?
Beyond
Or am
items
I
and
too
runes,
loud?
we've also expanded the bounty system with the addition of objective bounties. These give your team additional gold for taking epic monsters or turrets if you fall behind. And finally,
too low.
my personal favorite, dragons. First up is the
I'll
new
probably
Hextech
do
dragon,
this then.
whose soul gives your
Lower that a
autos
bit.
and abilities a chain slow effect.
Maybe a bit more.
When she takes over the rift, Hextech gates
Just a
appear
bit.
in set locations that transport you around the map.
Just a bit.
And then there's her sister, the
Skip.
Chemtech
I can't.
dragon.
It's a stream.
This dragon's soul lets you keep on fighting, even after death. And when she putrefies the rift, camouflage zones appear in the
There
jungle.
was no bar there, yeah. Even
While
though
these
he got a
changes are
story.
expanding systems, rather than overhauling them, they should still have an impact on your games. We're excited to see your new outplays and big brain strategies, especially now that LP's back on the line and Pro Play is kicking off soon. As always, we'll be keeping an eye on things, and we'll continue making adjustments.
Okay,
in
so
the
we
months
didn't
ahead.
learn anything
Now
yet.
let's talk about some of the new changes you'll see this year.
Alright. It's gonna be achievements. Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
We've been talking about creating more ways to express your personality and achievements as League players for a while now. For some of you, ranked is how you define progress. But for those of you who aren't focused on the climb, there haven't always been good ways to show off your accomplishments. So this year, we're launching a new way for you to express yourself in League. Something that probably looks familiar are the redesigned ranked crests. But if you don't want to intimidate your friends with your challenger crest, or maybe your gold one doesn't really match your favorite icon, then we have good news. You'll finally be able to choose your level
Yeah, we
border
know
from
about it.
any of the ones you've already collected.
That was the plan. That's
Now
cool,
let's
that's
get
a
to
cool
the
addition.
really new stuff, challenges. Challenges track your progress in League in ways that aren't tied to specific champions, like winning the perfect game,
The Eternals
soloing
everyone
Baron,
wanted.
and even dancing with Shelly as the enemy Nexus
That's what
explodes.
people wanted right there.
Each challenge levels up from Iron to Challenger as you make progress. So if you're the best at sniping dragons from the enemy team, or maybe your vision control is unmatched,
It looks
now you can
quite
finally prove it.
simplistic
You can
design-wise.
showcase any 3 challenges you'd like in loading screens and game lobbies, and you can track all of your progress on your profile. There are 5 categories of challenges. Veterancy challenges track stuff you achieve mostly by playing League over time, like earning mastery points, securing first bloods, and dodging skill shots. The next group is expertise. Whereas veterancy gets you points for playing a lot, expertise asks you to do it with finesse. This includes mechanical and
like
technical skills, like dodging multiple skill shots in a row, fully stacking mage eyes before 20 minutes,
I
or
like that.
stealing the enemy jungler's buffs. Teamwork
so
and strategy
far.
challenges reward you for mastermind plays and working together as a team. Winning games with an open nexus, getting kills by roaming, and winning clash games are all good examples. If you like showing off the things you've collected, or maybe you just take pride in being a completionist,
I spent
then the collection category is for you.
too much on this game.
Collection challenges include things like unlocking skins and summoner icons, rekindling Eternals, and even progressing through other challenges.
Eternals.
And finally, Imagination challenges track some of the more unique things you do in League. Hitting snowballs in ARAM, surviving a fight with a single digit of health, and taking
I like
down
those.
enemies in their own fountain are just a few examples.
Those are gonna be the most fun, but
Like with individual
people
challenges,
might throw games
your performance
just to
in
get
each
them.
category also ranks up, from Iron to Challenger. So if you swear you're a mechanical god with moves like Mako, now you have a way to prove it. In addition to these 5 categories, there are also legacy challenges, which are earned by being part of historic League moments or are only progressible during set periods of time. Some challenges
That's
track your progress within each season. And
That's
there's even
clever.
one that shows if you're a battle-scarred player who's been here since beta. The progress you make across all challenges feeds into your
All right.
challenge crystal, which upgrades as you go. Certain
I've been around
challenges
for a
also come
while.
with regional leaderboards, which work a lot like the ranked ones. There's a limited number of Grandmaster
See,
and
that's
Challenger
clever.
slots, so you'll need to keep making progress to hold on to that rank.
Because you'll feel like you have to complete it
Finally,
in time.
you can show the world you've completed some of the more difficult challenges
So you'll
with
play.
titles, which are earned when you hit certain milestones. For example, winning a lot with an open Nexus will earn you the title The Comeback Kid. Other titles include
I never
KDA
thought
Player,
this was gonna-
Flame
this was good.
Horizon, and Unkillable Demon King.
It's like
All
in
of the
Valorant.
identity changes will be rolling out
In
over the next
Valorant,
few
does
months,
anyone care about the
and we'll
little title
continue
you
adding
have?
more new challenges throughout the year.
Because I don't.
Before I go, I've got a quick note to share with you on ranked this season. Last year, we softened the ranked reset so that you'd start closer to where you
kinda
ended
like-
the year before. But it ended up being a little bit too soft. Some of you who dove headfirst
I
into
overlooked
ranked
it mostly.
started losing more LP than you were gaining because your rank overtook your MMR too quickly. And that sucks. This season, we're resetting ranks to a more traditional degree. And paired with tuning adjustments we made
To
last year,
0?
your MMR and LP will stay closer together, making your climb smoother throughout 2022. That's all I have to share
I
with
got
you
my
today.
gold for Blitz.
I hope the new year brings you
That's all I
a
did,
little
I was
joy, lots of LP, and endless fun with friends.
I did my placement.
Thank you so much for watching.
Got it with the floor and I was done. So that was gameplay. No zero.
Hey everyone, I'm John, aka Bellissimo, the product lead for personalization and events on League of Legends.
Events?
Let's jump right into our plans for the new year.
Okay.
Okay, we've been talking about improving League's event passes for years.
Yes.
But it's actually happening in 2022, for real this time. This summer, we're launching a new event pass that should make your progress and
UI!
rewards
It has
easier to follow.
UI!
Event tokens are still at the heart of the system, but you'll
It
earn
actually
from
has
the new reward track.
UI!
Play
Look at
matches
it!
and complete missions to make progress.
can actually
and collect
see it!
emotes, loot, and essences. all along the
Incredible!
way. Then, like today, convert your tokens for the rewards that you care about the most,
Yes.
like exclusive chromas or the event's prestige skin.
Okay.
Over the past year, we've experimented with some bigger adjustments, but something that we've heard from you all is that the power to choose your rewards with tokens is something you really like about League's event system.
Yeah, that's fine.
So rather than reinvent the wheel, we focused on making event progress clear and more satisfying. Now, if you were watching closely, you may have noticed a new type of essence in the reward track.
Purple.
Along with the new event pass, we're also going to be completely revamping League's mythic content, which includes hextech skins, prestige skins, and gemstones.
Good.
The new purple essence you saw is mythic essence, which will replace gemstones and prestige points as League's main rare currency moving forward.
Okay.
You'll be able to get mythic essence in all of the same places you get gemstones and prestige points today. And mythic essence never expires. When mythic essence launches in a few months, gemstones and prestige points will retire. Until then, the final prestige point shop will remain open, so be sure to spend all your points because they won't transfer over. Gemstones, on the other hand, will be automatically converted into mythic essence, so feel free to hoard
I
them
don't
to your
think I
heart's
have any.
content. You'll be able to use your mythic essence in the new rotating mythic shop, which has an assortment of different goodies, but two main types of skins.
Rotating shop though.
We've consistently heard that hextech skins just really aren't hitting the mark for a skin line that's supposed to be rare and valuable. So we've decided to introduce seasonal mythics. Seasonal mythics will have a new thematic each year. For 2022, we're developing Ashen Knights, where ancient warriors once fought to rid the world of magic, but instead witnessed their kingdom fall to ash, darkness, and ruin.
Ooh, that's Spike, by the way.
Another thing we've heard from you all is that it sucks if you missed your chance to get a prestige skin for your main. Maybe you took a break from League or just didn't have the time to get Prestige Arcade Caitlyn. When the new Mythic shop launches, you'll finally have a second shot to unlock past Prestige skins. Each month, the Mythic shop will feature a new set of unvaulted
I
prestiges.
don't like rotating
You won't find the
shops
newest prestige
in
skins here,
games,
but once they've been out for at least a year, any prestige can show up in the shop.
but it kinda makes sense.
There's
because you
also a
only have
special call
few
out for
prestige
2018
skins
and
in general.
2019 prestige skins. Back then, once an event ended, those skins were only available through a lucky loot roll. There was no end-of-year chance to unlock them with prestige points. We're going to bring back prestige skins from 2018 and 2019, but to recognize the investment of the OG owners, we're creating an updated version of each of these skins,
Oh,
which will
okay,
be free
clever.
for everyone who already owns it.
Clever.
This updated version won't
Better
be
than a
available in the
ribbon
shop,
crown.
and it's just a way for us to acknowledge your early commitment.
Those are actual.
We've
Okay,
heard that
fine.
prestige skins sometimes feel like fancy gold chromos that just aren't worth the grind. So shortly after the new Mythic shop opens, we're going to be buffing the time and effort we put into prestige skins. This includes a unique splash art and brand new VFX, and other ways to accessorize your prestige skin that'll be released this year.
It's not gonna be champagne
Finally,
pink.
we're also introducing a new
think.
feature called Loot Milestones, which give you bonus rewards from opening set amounts of loot. There are two types of milestones on the way. One is a repeatable track that you can complete over and over by opening masterwork chests.
Okay.
The other is a one-time track with an exclusive prestige skin at the end of it.
I
and
like
is
that.
only available alongside smaller events without event passes.
I like that. I like that.
Our goal with
that.
all
Yeah.
of these changes is to make League's Mythic content better for everyone, in terms of clarity, choice, and rewards.
Actually,
There's a lot more detail than what I'm mentioning here, so we'll also be releasing an explainer where you can dig into the nuts and bolts of everything.
See you in 6 months when this is finally here. Okay, monetizing.
There are no plans for League of Legends 2, so we're committed to updating the game over time as part of a broader effort to modernize your experience on your favorite champions. Last year, we shipped a major update to Caitlyn, modernizing her base skin,
Yeah.
animations, and VFX,
So who's the next
as well
one?
as most of her skins and splashes. This year, we'll be focusing on Ahri, one of our older yet
Yes,
most
it's
popular
gonna be the
champs in
Ruined
League.
King design.
She doesn't have back animations.
She is
and
so
the animations
cool
that
in
she does
Ruined
have
King.
just feel extremely dated. Not only for her base
Give
skin,
me the Ruined
but for
King
all
design.
epic skins that use the same foundation.
I love that one.
You can expect to see a Caitlyn level update for Ahri later this year.
Yes, that's legitimately all
That's
I
all
want.
I've got for today. Wait, you didn't seriously think I'd leave without showing you some of our skins
Okay.
and thematics that
There
we're
you
working on, did you? In previous years,
What do you
we've
have?
listed out champions that haven't gotten a skin in more than 1,000 days, called the 1,000-Day Club. That list is pretty short today, but we want it to be gone for good. Now, I'm sure there's somebody out there furiously writing up a post in Gangplank Main saying, Riot literally hates this champ. But hold up, let's look at the list of champs that are going to see some love this year.
Okay, let's go.
Gangplank, Fiddlesticks, Rek'Sai, Trundle, Rel, Orianna,
Rel.
and the Donger. Of course, there will be more that aren't listed here.
Donger!
But if you're starving for a skin, hang in there. We know that you're counting the days, and we are too. Now, in terms of thematics, we're going to be revisiting a few popular ones this year, like High Noon, Star Guardians, and Bees. We're
Star
always
Guardians?
looking for opportunities
Okay,
to bring
Orianna
back
be-
older universes
fine,
in
yeah,
new
sure.
ways. This time around, we
Guardians.
found some inspiration looking at an old standalone skin and reimagining it in a world that could exist today. Set in a near future, dying Earth, humanity faces resource shortages and the deadly
Project?
invasion of an ancient high-tech army.
Project.
In one final attempt to save themselves, the world bands together to create their only hope for survival.
Resistance
A superpower
and
warrior
Project.
armed with incredible technology, the Battle Bunny.
Oh.
Anima Squad has everything you'd expect to see in a futuristic thematic.
All right.
Like sleek, high-tech armor, powerful
Clever.
warriors, and cute
That's
animals.
Misfortune, by the way.
You'll also see a familiar face return in a new, state-of-the-art outfit. Speaking
Clever.
of revamping old skins
You
and
got me.
thematics, we need your help choosing which thematic we
Okay.
should modernize next. Similar to what we did with High Noon.
I'm fine with that. Was a
So
pretty
this
good
week,
one, though.
you can vote for which thematic you want to see revamped the most, from Infernal, Gothic, or Arclight. Infernal is all about
Infernal
fire
is
as
the
a
most
power
boring.
fantasy.
It's like
If we were to
Diana on
reignite
fire,
this thematic,
Aurelian on
we'd
fire,
want to deepen or expand what that fantasy looks
Amumu
like.
on fire. Infernal
Gothic is a
boring.
thematic that we haven't touched in a
Infernal
decade,
is so
before
boring.
thematics were even really a thing.
I hate
So we
Diana.
really
Infernal
want to create a
Diana.
universe for it, on
It's
par
Red
with today's
Diana.
skin lines. And finally, there's Arclight. If Arclight wins, we'd want to magnify its core
Arclight
themes
is
of divine
fine.
light, justice, and order
It's
to make it feel even grander. You can vote for which thematic you'd most like to see revamped in the League client this week. Just like last year, even if the
Give me
thematic you chose
demons
doesn't
in, like,
win,
Infernal, you know.
it doesn't mean that it's never coming back.
Not
Speaking
people
of
on
which,
fire.
Monster Tamers, the third place in last
Monster
year's thematic
Tamers?
vote, will be coming out later this year. Finally, our first new thematic of the year will be a celebration of the Lunar New Year.
Yeah, we saw.
Porcelain blends
that.
elegant traditional imagery with the ferocity and power
Porcelain.
of the tiger. In addition to porcelain, we're also going to be revisiting a well-loved favorite this year.
Yeah,
All
we
right, fam.
do.
That's it for today.
Yeah, we saw.
I can't express enough how thankful I am
We
that I
saw
get to be here
Tristana.
and represent the hard work of our teams. The only
only
reason
wish
we're
I
able
could
to
play
continue
League
to
you,
invest
but
into League year over
military
year
duty
is because
calls
of
that
you
face.
and your support.
Cycle.
Thanks for playing.
Well. Sorry to hear that.
Hi, I'm Ryan Reeve Morellis, lead on the Champions team at Riot. I'm here today to talk to you about our plans for Champions in 2022. Now, in the last roadmap, I shared that we'd be pushing the next 2 Champion releases into 2022. At the time, we weren't sure how it would impact our schedule, but now we have a clear
He looks
picture, so I'd like
tired.
to share an update. Our goal last year was to release a champion for every lane, with the exception of mid, which would be receiving 2.
He looks very tired.
When we were planning champions for this year, it became clear that we wouldn't be able to target the same goal for 2022, while still giving each champion the time and attention they would need. So we'll be slowing down a little. While we want to get champions out for as many of you as possible, it's more important to us that we release champions when they are ready, even if that means we don't hit a specific quota for the year. Take last year, for
Void
example,
champion
when we
for the
delayed
Void
Vex
event.
to build out her tech. We were worried about disappointing you all, but when we saw your reaction to her release, we knew we made the right call. We know
Yeah.
it feels bad to wait over a year for a new champion to play, so we're still gonna aim for a spread of champions
Vex.
for each lane over a multi-year basis.
You know what
We
Vex
just
got?
might not hit every role every year. We'll probably still make more champions for mid
That was
lane,
Vex.
so we can try to hit a good split between mages and assassins. Now let's talk about some of the new champions coming this year.
We saw this. You know what's interesting? So, Zeri is fighting Urgot. These are Urgot's
You wanna
goons.
mess with him? You got to deal with me first.
Right? Why? Urgot is the only guy in zone who's actually killing Cam Barons. Urgot is on her side. Why is she? Why? Why?
Oh, come on.
Urgot is on her side. Yeah, first multiverse character, Neon, or whatever she's called. Neon, right?
Catch.
Even the same like, you know,
Hurry.
finger shooting.
That's my team you're messing with.
See Vander, right there.
Like
Jenna
the
on her
gun
side.
coming through. If the Chem
The team is
Barons
gonna be
can keep
cool
me
if you
down,
listen to the music.
No one can.
See, she's fighting Urgot.
Just a little closer.
Yeah, and then there it is.
Woohoo!
Yeah, jumping over walls.
Got him.
Might be an issue a
Change of
bit.
plans. Let's make
I
sure
like her
we
design.
go
I have to be
out
clear.
with a boom.
I like her design. I'm honestly fine with her. The jumping over wall is a bit strange because an 80. I mean, Ezreal has that too. Ezreal has it too. But the point of AD carry is that you're strong, but positioning is the key.
I guess Mom was right.
And she can kind of
The
like,
bigger
you know,
they
not
are,
care about
the
positioning.
faster they fizzle. Not again.
Ah, that's a good reference to
So our
War.
first new champion this year is Zeri, an electrifying
But the
neon-colored
design makes
ADC
sense
from
because you
Zon.
shoot the
Zeri
laser
is a
through the
hyperactive bot lane carry whose
then hop
kit
over
takes
the wall.
inspiration from shooters, specifically from machine guns and assault
So it makes
rifles.
sense.
She has a pretty unique playstyle for an ADC. So instead of auto-attacking, her Q is a skill shot that she uses to do everything other bot laners would use their auto attacks for. Zeri still has an auto attack, it's just not her primary way to farm, do damage, or take objectives. It's meant to be used sparingly at just the right moments. Her auto attacks also count as spells. This means that they could trigger item effects that
That's the
normally
interesting
trigger
part
with
about
spells
her.
instead of autos. This
Her
leads
auto
to a
attacks
rapid-fire
are
play pattern
abilities,
that we hope feels unique
essentially.
from other champions. Basically, if you want to play Zeri, my advice is to never stop moving. The next
That's
champion we'll be
because, you know,
releasing
you
this
got an
year is a new
AP
enchanter.
Gary.
When we were thinking about the type of support we wanted to make, we looked at the enchanter cast overall. There were a lot of lighthearted, colorful, good-aligned champions there. And we felt support plays deserve something more sinister and
That's
dark
the next
to
champion.
balance out that cheery brightness
Ah,
in the
that's
role.
the Cameron.
We also wanted to make a champion whose theme and kit make support players feel like the boss that they are. All you support players know what I'm talking about. Those damage carries always get all the credit. But
No,
it's always been
I
you,
play AP
behind
Bard,
the
I
scenes,
kill everyone.
keeping them alive with your buffs,
And they are then
constantly
mad at
saving
me
them from
for actually
certain
doing
death.
good job.
How
at
could they
that.
make all those sick plays without you? And if any of you support players out there know what I'm talking about,
Shimmer?
then I think you're gonna go berserk over this new enchanter.
That doesn't seem to be...
So after the new dark
Arena
support,
Barada.
we
Of course.
See it.
There it is!
I see everything. The lavender sea,
That's a void.
purple cities cover the land. She rules over it all.
That's the next champion.
My empress.
That's she.
This is what Runeterra should be.
The
its
Empress.
true form. The city of Belfast shall fall first. Beautiful Remora swimming endlessly through cities of
Wait,
lavender.
Belveth?
Overwhelming everything in her path. Consuming us. We are all saved.
Did you see the image? Did you see the image in the back? That was a transition.
where am I?
Filming season start? You were kind of rambling, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Where was I in the script?
You were just getting ready to tell us about the new jungler?
Oh yeah, that's right. So after the new support, we've been hard at work on a terrifying new jungler who's ramping up to
That was-
storm
that
the
was
rift
well done.
later this year.
So
I'll
yeah,
just
we know,
leave it at
we
that
know,
for
we
now,
know who the
since just
champion is.
talking about it is starting to bring
you
back
know the
that
lore, you
uneasy
know.
feeling.
You know the lore, you know the void champion. Or kinda know about
So
it.
that's all for new champions, but what about VGUs? Later this year, we're releasing the champion you all voted for last year, Udyr.
Here.
We have a dev blog coming out today that dives deeper into his update.
Ooh!
But we do have one
Freaking
small
Rift
change
news
that
is
we
gonna be
wanted to
juicy.
share here. We know that Udyr's antlers weren't really hitting the mark for many of you, even after the tweaks.
Yeah,
and
I
once
like
we got
the-
them in game, we also realized they weren't really needed for a unique silhouette. So we removed them.
Oh.
Goodbye, antlers. Be sure to check out the dev blog to see all
Okay.
the awesome progress that the team has made so
Okay.
far on Udyr. But that's not all the news for you VGU fans out there. We will also have a new vote going live today.
There's
where
so
we will
many-
once
so many
again
things happening
ask
today.
you all to vote for a champion to receive a VGU next year.
It's gonna be
So
Cosmo,
Shyvana,
probably.
Nocturne, and Skarner will be returning,
Yeah.
but they'll be joined by
Shyvana's
some
gonna
new
win.
contenders with
Shyvana's gonna
Tryndamere
win. I'm
and
voting
Kog'Maw.
Kog'Maw.
Make sure
Kog'Maw
to
has
check
the
out the
most
poll to learn more about why we chose these 5 champions, as well as our design goals for each of them.
The design
And that
goal
just
is
about
gonna
wraps
be the
it up
important part.
for what we want to share today. But before we go, here's a quick teaser for a new, very mysterious, non-traditional bot lane champion we'll be whipping out later this year. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to check out our newest champion, Zeri, on PBE, or when she
Was that
releases in a few
Ionian?
weeks. I'll
What the
see you
heck
on the
was
Rift.
that? It kinda felt Ionian.
Hello everyone, Alan here from the Wild Rift team to share a first look at what we have in store for you all. This year, we'll be releasing more features made specifically for Wild Rift players,
Wild Rift is
like Season 2 of
insane
Guild
with
vs
the
Guild
content,
and
though.
new world passes.
Wild Rift
We
is
also want to
insane.
keep bringing the full League experience to your phones with new champions, skins, and
They have
events.
so many things.
In particular,
the freaking
there's
Earth
one
bingo.
big change headed your way in just a few months.
They are insane.
For those of you who play League on PC, this update will look familiar. We're
Yeah.
making Wild
Dragons.
Rift Elemental.
Okay.
These plans are in the works, as we're still figuring out the details, but this is what we're thinking so far. In Wild Rift right now, there are 4 elemental dragons for you to defeat, but soon, each game, one element will eventually dominate the rift, permanently altering the map. Each elemental rift will impact team fights, vision, and objective control in ways that will shape your team's path to victory differently from one game to the next. For example, the Infernal Dragon knocks down walls and burns away brush.
We know all of this.
The Mountain Dragon
That's
creates
still
new
both
terrain in the
by
jungle.
way, but under one condition.
Ocean Dragon sprouts more brush and spawns extra
They
honey
make
fruit.
Kog'Maw
And the
super
Cloud
cute.
Dragon turns
He
pathways
is the
into wind
cutest
tunnels that
Voidborn,
increase your movement speed.
But he turns into a
Like today,
terrifying
each elemental
creature
dragon will
during his
grant your
W
team
and consumes
unique
everything.
buffs. But with
And
the
then goes back
elemental
to the
rift,
cute
if your team is the first to slay 3 dragons, you'll get a powerful advantage called the Dragon Soul,
I like
which
the
matches
dragon
that game's
models.
rift. Taking down an Infernal Dragon will
What's that?
power up your team with
What's that?
bonus attack damage and
Fiery
ability
Elder?
power. If you claim the Infernal Dragon's Soul, your autos and abilities will create explosions on impact. The Mountain Dragon will help you stand strong, giving your team bonus armor and magic resist with a soul that protects you with a powerful shield. The Cloud Dragon will let you zip through the rift, granting bonus
The
movement
Udyr
speed
antlers,
and slow resistance.
It's fine.
If you claim this soul, you'll move
The
even
antlers were kinda
faster
like
after
a
casting
Earth
your
sign.
ultimate.
Sign.
Finally, the Ocean Dragon will help your team recover from battles with passive health restoration. With this soul, your team will get extra healing when damaging enemies. You're probably wondering what our plans are for Elder Dragon. We're still working on how to bring the behemoth to Wild Rift, and we'll know more in a few months.
Okay, show me what champions are there now.
Now let's talk about something you'll get your fists on in patch 3.0.
There was the weird Yumi.
Set is a brawling pit boss with a
Oh, yeah,
heart
I
of
saw
gold.
that. Yeah, we
Just
saw
don't
that.
tell his mother what he does for a living.
Set looks so
With a
cool
powerful
though in the
1-2
3D
punch,
model.
Set will be smashing faces in the Baron lane, where it will take more than a few hits to knock him out. Initiate fights with stylish suplexes,
That's pretty cool.
using enemy champions against their allies. Your chance to flex with Set is coming later this month.
Yeah, Set might be
But
the
if this
best
beefy
freaking
brawler
champion
is into
design
your
in like the
style,
last
then
3
perhaps
years.
a fluffy magical
so
cat
simple.
is. Yumi is a playful support who's all about teamwork.
And yeah, there
She
you go.
attaches to her
I
allies
was
and becomes
about to say, we saw
untargetable,
Yumi
buffing
emote.
them with increased stats, heals, shields, and zoomies.
Like coming out
But
of
this
random.
kitty's got claws.
I'm
Yumi
actually
can pop
happy
enemies
about
for
this.
a powerful shield and use her magical book to root them in place, giving her allies the perfect opportunity to land a finishing blow. Then it's time for a quick catnap in a warm ray of sun.
That's pretty cool.
Yumi prowls onto Wild Rift next month in the Yumi's Adventure event. We've been working hard to make sure that you all have multiple champions that you really like to play in Wild Rift. Last year, our goal was to release an average of 2 a month, and we beat that with 29.5 champions,
They are
if you count
insane.
Mondo's VGU.
They are releasing so much
Going into
content.
2022, we are going to be slowing down the number of new champions we release by just a bit. But there are still loads more we want to bring over, and our next duo will be joining us from the harmonious islands of Ionia in patch 3.1.
That's pretty good. Okay, well, okay, show me the next skin.
Every patch, we
Explorer.
introduce
Oh,
a new
that's
wild pass, so you have more
Galio?
rewards to unlock as you play. You'll be able to get your hands on a brand new
Camille?
pass featuring Explorer Galio later this month.
Icon, but yeah, okay,
This will be our
That
last
was pretty
Explorer
cool.
skin for now, as we've got a new thematic we're really excited about for the following pass.
Oh, that was like a comic project.
Last year, we introduced guilds,
Yes.
with the goal of giving you a way to
I
progress
lost
and
my
play
guild,
with your
the
friends,
ownership.
and a way to earn more rewards
I didn't
together.
log on during December
We
because
also
I was
added
too
Guild
busy.
versus Guild, a competition where guilds
I'm not
fight
a
for
leader
different
anymore.
champions and are matched against opposing guilds each week. Guild members can play games to earn points and unlock rewards
GVG
like
is pretty
baubles, player emblems, and Poro
Unfortunately,
coins.
I'm not the leader
Guild
anymore.
vs Guild will be returning this year with next season's competition set in Ionia. You can start fighting for the first lands later this month.
I like it. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Okay.
For 2022, we're changing how we work with League PC on shared events and thematics. We want to make sure that when we come together, it feels really meaningful, where we each bring our best to the table, even if that means we don't release the same things as each other. That means a few things.
Makes
For one, we'll still be partnering up with League PC going forward,
So, Void
but in
event.
2022, we might feature different content in our shared moments. This could mean that we create brand new skins for an existing theme, or we might look into the
I'm still
back
fine with
catalogue
that.
to
It makes
bring
sense.
over
It's a
some
different theme.
classics.
If you're still
We're
stuck in
also
the
aiming to release more Wild Rift events this year with
why
less
do they
downtime
have
between
different
each
skins,
one.
you just don't
And
understand
now,
how it
the
works.
classic Wild Rift style, it's time for the skin montage.
Okay. Alright, I'm fine with that. Give me a guess. Okay. Okay, I like that one. I will. Pantheon. Ooh, what? Okay. Those were new, I think.
Finally, our next big event will be a celebration of the Lunar New Year. We've got loads of stuff in store, including firecracker skins for Teemo, Diana, Xin Zhao,
Shin?
Set,
Is it Zin? Okay,
and Tristana,
that looks cool.
all of
She
which
looks
will
really cool.
also be coming to League PC. The celebration
Also
will begin
League
at the
PC?
end of January. We look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, that looks.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you have a brilliant time playing Wild Rift this year. I'll see you next time.
Alright, and now comes the part that I don't understand. So,
Hey everyone, I'm Leo, the global head of Wild Rift Esports. Last year, we started our journey to build a new global sport for mobile players and fans. And we're so proud of the reception Wild Rift Esports received during its 2021 debut. Our first international tournament, the Wild Rift Horizon Cup, took place in Singapore, and it was so exciting to see it all come together. The top teams from around the world competed at the highest levels, and it was incredible to see the first team to win an international competition and raise the Horizon Cup.
TKG are the champions of the Horizon Cup!
Now, we're ready to kick off 2022 with the first official season of Wild Rift Esports. As we head into Season 1, I want to introduce you to the 8 regions that will be competing this year. These regions will be the foundation for a global competitive structure, bringing their own unique flavor and style to our sport. Let's check it out.
아래쪽가 또 쪼였어요! 라테!
So I know nothing about esports. So
They've eliminated 4 members to lose the last one. That's going to be it.
I get very hyped every time I watch this. Now on to more exciting
do
news.
too.
We're ready to unveil our competitive format. Regional competitions will run from January to May, featuring the best teams in unique leagues and tournaments around the globe. Regional champions will then qualify to our first official global tournament, the Wild Rift Icons Global Championship, which will take place this summer in Europe. Wild Rift Icons will be the highest level of competitive play and will crown the Wild Rift World Champion. The tournament will feature 24 teams, 8 qualifying straight from regional competitions, and 16 battling through the play-in stage. Following play-ins, the main event will include a group stage and a knockout stage, with a big finals day to determine the champion. We'll share more specific details on the location, format, and dates soon. I'm looking forward to epic matches, fresh new faces, and an event you won't want to miss.
I don't understand esports.
Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank our fans, players, and teams. The community reception to the sport has been amazing, and we're very encouraged to continue investing and building the ecosystem with you for many years to come. So, let's get started. Wild Rift Esports Season 1 begins now.
Okay. I'm ready.
Hi, I'm Nazala Taha, Global Head of LoL Esports, and welcome to the 2022 season. Pro players around the world are busy preparing for another exciting year of competition, and we're coming off a pretty incredible ride together in 2021. We saw some fresh faces assert their dominance on the spring and summer stages, with 100 Thieves winning their first LCS trophy, and Mad Lions starting a wild run with their LEC win in the spring. It wasn't all new defending champions, though. EDG, DK, and PSG Talent also came out on top in their leagues, while teams like Red Canids Kalunga, Galatasaray, and Peace made their Worlds debut. After a COVID-related hiatus in 2020, last year's MSI was our most successful one to date, with RNG's triumph over DK hitting a record-breaking MSI peak viewership of over 23 million.
Did we talk about anything?
We missed you, MSI. Welcome back. And of course, we culminated the season with another unforgettable Worlds. We got to see legends rise, rookies make their marks, and the greatest of our sport remind us of why they are just that.
Let's rise!
The fact that we got to hear Silver Scrapes 4 times in the knockout stage says it all. The finale between 2020 World Champions Damwon Kia and Edward Gaming will no doubt go down in LoL esports history as one of the most epic showdowns.
So here's the thing. I don't know what videos I want to make now.
Celebrated by millions in China and
Thank you, Aftermoon Farmer. Thank you.
I'm excited.
Right after this stream, I'll probably record my video on the cinematic. I'll probably do that.
Record for Worlds. You, our community, you fuel LoL esports.
And then I'll make a vid about.
For your energy, your
then I will make a video about the VGU poll.
Grow the sport we love. Now let's talk about our 12th.
And then I will
very exciting off-season.
Make Rift news.
100+ teams around the world are gearing up, and our 12 regional leagues.
Also, I will call out all the subs and stuff like that. I got subs disabled now. Every now and then something goes through because I'm bad at my, things. I will call everyone out. Don't worry.
What they're each aiming to accomplish this season.
But I'm gonna vote Kog'Maw. Most likely.
Soon, but we have a sneak peek for you today. Let's take a look.
Ruined King videos. I really want to do them, but god damn it, there's so many things happening. There's so many things happening. And oh yeah, there is the news story on Universe. I need to read that too. Gosh, dang it. I don't trust Riot to make Skarner interesting. And neither I do that with Nocturne. I think Shyvana is gonna win. But I want Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw has the most potential, honestly.
Continental tour as we head to Mexico City, then on to New York City, Toronto, and finally land in San Francisco.
Interesting that there was no Cho'Gath and there was no Shaco. That was interesting.
Matches kick off next weekend.
Tryndamere, yeah, Tryndamere would be fine as an ASU, honestly.
Partners for joining us for what will undoubtedly be another amazing.
If Tryndamere wins, I'll be happy. I just don't think he'll win.
Just about wrapped up our stream for today.
Okay,
but
hold on.
The year's just getting started. We've got more ways to celebrate throughout the week with missions, exclusive in-game rewards, and player choice votes. Esports leagues around the world start kicking off their splits next week, and you can claim glory for yourself in Clash next weekend.
Yeah.
We still have lots more in store for the year, so we'll keep sharing our plans for League throughout the season too.
One more reveal?
As always, thanks so much for watching.
Maybe?
Best of luck on your climb.
Maybe?
And welcome to Season 2022.
One more thing, maybe? I don't think so. I think it's gonna be it. I think that's gonna be it. Unless there's like fucking Song of Noob out of nowhere. That's gonna be that, right? Unless? Am I wrong, or is something different about the logo? Is the font different? I think the font is different. There's no TFT and no Legends of Runeterra. Interesting. Hey, it's a new font. Alright. So the stream goes on, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's technically loading, but that's it. No TFT, no Silco in TFT, huh? But alright, well, okay, I'm happy with this. We got a new cinematic. We got new VGU poll. The freaking bunny skins. Those caught me off guard really well. What else? There's something else. Those bunny skins were awesome. But yeah, the cinematic. Oh yeah, and then challenges. Hexagon. Oh yeah, the prestige system. Okay, so the events systems. No, that looked pretty cool. That looked fine. So I'm happy with that too. But yeah, as I said, the next video I will probably release it tomorrow, hopefully if I'm fast enough. But I might edit it in Sony Vegas because I'm just faster with that instead of Premiere. But tomorrow I will release my explanation of the cinematic, because the cinematic had a lot of details there. Call Nikki. Isn't he co-streaming with someone else?